welcome to the Toronto Real Estate Show. Jenelle and Leslie. I'm Jenelle Cameron.
Hi there, I'm Leslie Pearson.
And we are going to talk about the February real estate stats for the city of Toronto and GTA.
Just came out today. Oh, sorry.
Well, that's okay.
Forgot I'm not supposed to talk.
Yeah, that's fine.
Should we start again?
No. Hi, everyone. Welcome back, Leslie. She hasn't been here a while.
I haven't been here a while. Forgot the protocol.
Yeah. And I'm looking, excuse my hair and if you're watching this on video, I don't know what the hell is happening here. So welcome back.
Thank you.
Leslie had a lovely, extended, fabulous holiday.
Yeah.
And we missed her.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
The we as in Toronto Real Estate, or
Yeah.
you and your cats?
All of us. The entire world out there, all of our listeners.
Yeah, no, I did something I've never done before. Well, when I finished university, I went to Europe for a year. But, since then, particularly because of having kids, my vacations were restricted to, traveling to sport tournaments across Canada and the States. But this time I went away, and I went away for almost a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I have never done that before.
Yeah. And I think, that's fabulous. It's just fabulous. It sounds like an amazing trip.
I had the best possible time, but at the same time, I was ready to come home.
The interesting thing you told me, and I think this is kind of something we would share because it's real estate related, is that almost everybody in and around your area was from Canada.
Yeah. I would say there were a few Americans, but overwhelmingly Canadians. And Canadians from largely Ontario, some from the Maritimes, I would say no other provinces. Both older sets who were kind of clearly retired and spending some time in the heat over the winter, but also several young families who have chosen to leave Canada and raise their kids there.
Yeah.
And there is Costa Rica.
Yeah, I'm hearing more and more
the
same kind of thing with people who are even downsizing here and then buying something somewhere else.
So as I say, I meant, more than 5 young families doing this. But I also met, I met a young woman who would have been 30 who works for a company based out of Montreal. And for a couple of years, she worked in her tiny 1-bedroom apartment in Montreal, doing her remote work for them, and then thought, what the heck?
Yeah.
I could be doing it sitting around a pool.
Yeah.
So she lives down there working for the same company she worked for here, just sitting in a different place.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So we had a lot of talks with people about that.
Yeah. Food for thought.
Food for thought. Not ready to do that myself, and don't know that I would ever move anywhere else. But, we haven't had much of a winter here, so it wasn't particularly something to escape. But man, that
it's still
sun on your face and that heat and salt of the, ocean. It's so good for the soul.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But as I mentioned, I was ready to come home. Mm-hmm. I'm more of a shorter term vacationer because I start to get antsy.
You're right.
And then I get home and I think, what was I so antsy about?
What was big rush?
Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Anyway. No, it's work sometimes, right? It's hard because you're thinking I should be doing something.
Yeah.
Well, you're back, and
I'm back. Happy to be back. Stats came out today, didn't they?
Yeah. Yes, this morning.
So,
So now I know you just got back, but have you noticed anything about the market that you've been back, or clients that?
Well, so I was working while I was away, and the great thing about real estate, certain months of the year, I think you can work remotely. It's less about hands-on schlepping around and seeing places, and more about planning and reconnecting with people. And that's what, early in the year is like in real estate. Mm-hmm. But so I did a bit of work while I was away. Every day I committed to a little bit. And I sold a condo while I was away.
That's right.
And so my experience of what the market's been like is probably reflective of what the stats show. This condo is a listing I had, and as Jenelle knows, we reduced the price early in 2024, and I immediately noticed an uptick in visits to it.
Yeah.
So the market had spoken at the higher price, and at the reduced price, it was steady and consistently busy, and resulted in a very strong offer, conditional. That could all be done while I was away.
Yeah.
So I, based on that anecdotal, experience, I think that my take on it is as reflected in the stats that buyers are coming back. They're back.
They're back. Yeah. It's for me it's been an interesting few weeks, and I've got a lot of buyers who are trying to buy.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden everything is an offer date. And I saw, just for example, like 4 places the other day. One of them moved their offer date up because they were so busy. Two of them already took a bully offer, and the other one is waiting until offer day. But I mean, it's just not affordable. But the challenge I'm finding is trying to get buyers to understand the market we're in.
Yeah, because it has changed, and when it changes quickly.
It doesn't always have.
It's all the time to get a deal is gone.
It is. Yeah. Sorry to say, people. And maybe it'll come back, but it's not here
right now. It's not here.
And I had a conversation with, and I'll mention this because I think it's kind of relevant, with one of my clients who said, well, if we do that offer, we're going to have to make it conditional anyway. And I said, well, you can't.
Right.
Well, we have to.
Yeah. You can, but you won't be buying a house.
Well, I said, yeah.
You can do whatever you want, but this is what it's going to take to be successful.
And that was, it was hard to hear. It was, I think they didn't believe me. I think it'll take some time of us, seeing the sale prices on these places we're going to see before they wrap their heads around the fact that.
Yeah, I have a couple of people new to buying, and one of them gets it. I'm thinking of one particular couple, and of the couple, one gets it. Right. The other one, it still has sticker shock.
Right.
So I think he has to see a few more sale prices to believe me, because he doesn't. He keeps thinking it's like November or December, and this isn't going to happen, but it's happening. Every house is selling way over.
And somehow we'll get blamed for this.
Yeah.
Because if we're controlling the market, I can't wait till if this, I can't wait till the comments on this one.
But I had the same conversation with these maybe 3 groups of buyers about what it will take to be successful now. Whereas maybe when it was a bit softer, you could have thrown in that home inspection condition or that finance condition. But now what we're seeing is those people that throw in those conditions or any even wonky clauses are not going to be the successful buyers.
Yeah. It's back to how it was.
The trouble I'm having there is they're getting it about maybe accepting a pre-listing home inspection that the seller has done in order to facilitate firm offers. But they're leery still about the mortgage rate situation, and their lenders are insisting on finance conditions, I think because of the newness of some mortgage situations. And so they're not willing to forego that finance condition.
Right. And I mean, I'm sorry, but lenders, if you're listening, like, you got to get on the program here, because there's nothing.
So they're doing a disservice.
People, you have to be able to reasonably say to a person, yes, you're going to be approved at that amount. Now, I understand appraisal and this and that. I get it.
That makes sense.
At least give them some sort of a percentage. Like, I'm 99% sure this is not going to be a problem.
Some confidence that if they see their dream house and if they have to have a finance condition in it because you've said that, they won't get it.
No.
You've got to give, and so I find it hard.
It's frustrating.
I find it hard as a real estate agent to try and combat that feedback they've been given.
All I said, I had this conversation with a client the other day. I said, you need to go back to the mortgage lender and say, show them the listing and say, this is the house I'm going to offer on. This is the amount I'm planning to spend. Do you foresee a problem? And I don't think all mortgage lenders want to go through that extra work.
Yeah, I think
they're going to have to.
Yeah.
Because otherwise these poor buyers will never buy anything.
No. And I can understand we've just gone through, an unprecedented maybe 18 months of mortgage change. So I get it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But there will be no mortgages if you keep, providing this advice to your buyers.
Yes, exactly.
There'll be no mortgages taken out because they will not be the successful buyers.
No, because everything I'm seeing is literally 8 offers, 10 offers,
they are.
15 offers.
Yeah, definitely back to offer dates.
Everything, and bully offers.
And bully offers.
Not only the offer dates come, the bully offers came.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at, guys. Hopefully, you are in a position, if you're thinking about buying. God, please tell me they're not sitting back thinking, oh well, the market's going to crash. I'm going to wait. You can't. Nobody's thinking that.
And when the market was soft, why didn't you act then? Because you thought the interest rates were going to go down and there'd be a great opportunity. But we've talked about this endlessly.
Oh, I know. It really is. It really is shocking. Like some of the comments, like I know, we talk about this sometimes, but some of the comments on some of the reels we've done or whatever, and people saying like, the market's going to crash, it is, stop telling people it's not, or there's no way rates are going to go down. And it's like, I don't understand where people get this advice or where they hear this information, but you just have, all like we can say, and as we always say, is just look at the facts, look at the stats, look at the information presented in front of you, and make a decision. Stop listening to, don't even listen to us if you don't want to. Just look at the facts.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's a numbers game. All you have to see is what's going on and make a decision based on that.
Yeah, look at the evidence. Yeah, even if you don't like, listening to our perspectives on the evidence, just look at the evidence.
Yeah. So, okay, so on that note, let's talk about the February stats. So I thought these were great. So we were up in everything. We're up in sales volume. We are up in price. We are up in new listings. And we're ticking along. And February, I thought, was a really, really good month, kind of indicative of what's going on, because the first half was a little bit slow, and then all of a sudden it really started to kind of pick up steam. And you could just feel it. Yeah. Also, I think that, we talk about the weather sometimes, why we think that makes a difference. Having nicer weather definitely makes a difference. And apparently the extra day in February, still made like the sales overall, like really good. So let's go over all of those. So sales volume, and again, we mean the number of homes sold, was up 17.9% over last year. So, I mean, that obviously tells us there's a lot more confidence in the market. Buyers are tired of sitting back and waiting, and they're ready to make their move.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what we're seeing. Yeah. Now, in addition to that, we had new listings up 33% over last year. And I also thought that was great because, again, sellers are more confident, buyers are more confident. Everybody's just doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, we have a chronic situation in the GTA of a lack of inventory. Yeah. So I look to that with optimism.
I did too, yeah. And I think, again, whether you're a buyer or a seller, I think you're sitting back, you're waiting, you're tired of doing that, and you're realizing it's time. It's time to kind of move forward. And a result of all that, we had a very, very, very minor increase in sales price, which was up 1.1% over the following year, which again, I think is fair. I think that's fair given where we're at. We've got more sales volume, we've got more listings, and we've got, just a little tiny uptick in price.
Yeah.
But I think March is going to be very different.
That's what I'm saying. If we were to look forward to the rest of the spring market, those numbers are going to be much higher.
Definitely. Yeah. And we will see that, soon, a month from now. So brought the average price of a home to 1.1, basically, in change. Again, 1.1%, but they were up again over last month. So, things are still going up nicely month by month. And if we break that down, interestingly, the detached market in the 416 has lost 3.5% in price. They have been definitely winning over the last couple of months, but they went down this time, and 1.657 was the price of a home in the 416. So 905 went up, though, 1.7% to 1.38. So again, we've got, not a huge difference between the price of a detached home in the 905 and the 416, which I think is interesting. And I'm seeing, as we've talked about before, prices really going crazy in the Durham region. Yeah. Oshawa, Whitby, Ajax, crazy multiple offers. Scarborough is on fire. Holy cow. And, that would all be, Scarborough obviously is part of 416, but all those Durham prices fall into the 905. That seems to be, in my opinion, like the busiest market right now.
Right. So the as probably is usually the case, the eastern part of the region is performing stronger than on the western side.
Yeah. Now we had good sales numbers in semi-detached for both 416 and 905. We had 1.3 million in the 416. That was up 2.8%, and just shy of a million in the 905, up 5.2%.
Yeah, so interesting that semi-detached in both 416 and 905 had a stronger market, stronger reaction than detached. And I guess if you thought a little bit more than I have about why that might be, it makes sense.
It does.
Of who's getting into the market now.
Yes, it does. And same with condos. I thought this was really positive news for me. Condos in the 416, almost flat, just down slightly, 0.4%. And I'm definitely seeing that too now. In the last couple of weeks, a lot more listings have come out. So it'll be interesting to see the March information. But even I had a listing last year, which did nothing. Like it was dead in the condo market. I brought it back out.
Yeah, I was going to ask how that is.
Yeah, you know what? It hasn't sold, but at least we're getting
busy.
No, it's not busy, but I'm getting some people through the door. We'll take that. You know, kind of like the one you just sold too. Like you're getting people through, just take some time. And that's a good thing to keep in mind, everyone. If you do have a condo for sale, or you are planning to sell a condo, it's probably just going to take a little bit of time, but the price is probably pretty steady, so you don't have to worry about that as much. It's just more of a patience game, I think.
Yeah, I think that my experience reflects that. Once we got to the right price, you know, people are coming.
Yeah.
And you know, even I saw a house with clients since I've been back, and this house was on the market for 2 months in the slow time last fall. But even after 2 months, they got their price.
Right.
Like it's still sold.
Yeah.
For
the price.
Yeah, crazy number.
That's another interesting thing I'm seeing now is if there is stuff left on the market that hasn't sold, it seems to be going all of a sudden, like in the last couple of days. It's like, hey, here's 1 week. It's been on the market 83 days. Let's go take a look. Oh, it sold last night.
Right. Because you think that might be where you have a chance of getting something without competition.
Right. And where you can put a home inspection condition. Yeah. And you can put your financing condition.
You have much more flexibility if you're not competing against other people.
Yeah, and I think that that's something to keep in mind. That's probably the only thing that will save you from, you know, the multiple offer situation.
Yeah. I mean, for one of my buyer clients right now, they are really not in a position to get involved in, you know, bidding war per se. Right. So I'm looking for them for houses that were on the market in the fall and didn't sell. Yes. Because it was not a good time to be selling. Yeah. And reaching out to those people to see if they would think of it now. Yeah. Because, you know, if they're not on the market now and they had a bad experience in the fall, maybe there's an opportunity.
Hey, you know what? It's worth a try. That's for sure.
So I'm making those phone calls this morning.
Yeah. Fun times. I've got a good condo if they want one. So I think
I've seen that condo. It's lovely. It doesn't make sense.
No, 90 Trinity, everybody. 90 Trinity, fabulous unit.
So pretty.
Just the way it is. And then I had somebody who was interested in it had the nerve to ask me why I hadn't sold yet. I was like, well, because the condo market's slow. Yeah. And he's like, well, my client really liked it, but she was afraid that it's been on the market so long.
So what stigma is she afraid of? Yeah.
I was like, oh, come on. Yeah. That's the condos. There's still some hanging around. Like it's not, and we've only been on the market like a week and a half.
Yeah, so too early.
It's too early to worry about that. That's where we're at. I mean, TREB makes a point of noticing or mentioning that, as everybody knows out there, we have a record population growth happening. People are moving into the city. There's going to be a huge demand for homes, both rentals and purchases. And on top of that, if interest rates go down, it will be a frenzy again. Right. And that's kind of what we anticipate may happen over the next, 6 months. Yeah. And so I think we know the population growth is happening and we know there's not enough housing. So really all you have to do is kind of put two and two together to realize
Yeah.
You know.
So, the naysayers is partly why I can't understand their viewpoint, because how can you argue with that logic?
You really can't. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what are you telling your buyers? Do it sooner than.
Well,
don't wait.
I wish I could say I told you so.
Yeah.
And why they should have done it before now, but I'm not going to do that. Mm-hmm. I did tell you so, and why the logic was to do it when nobody else was doing it. But there is a herd mentality that goes on, and once the momentum builds of comfort with what's happening financially, it's like a groundswell of interest in buying. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if you can, buy.
Yeah.
Don't continue
delay.
to rent.
Yeah.
Don't delay, because as far as I can see it, with each week of new listings coming out, and if you continue to delay, you're going to be increasingly finding it hard with your budget to get what you want.
That's right.
So, I mean, it clearly sounds like a biased perspective.
Sure.
But, I mean, I don't see another lull like we just went through for a brief period. And we've been saying that even when we were in that lull. We knew this day was coming. Yeah. So I'm encouraging people, if they're renting, find a creative way to buy. If you own already, buyers are back and they want what you have. It's a good time to buy up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also for renters, if we have renters listening, I've got people who've been looking for rentals for various reasons, long-term, short-term, and it's hard to find
looking
anything.
to rent,
and it's hard to get something.
Yeah.
I've got two young men who are trying to rent a place who, I don't do a lot of rentals, but long story, but they have to move out of the condo I'm selling. Oh. And so I'm trying to help them find something. But they had a maximum budget of $2,800 all inclusive for a condo. They can't get anything.
Yeah.
Right. It's expensive. We know the average price for a rental, I think, just went up to like $3,400 or something for a 2-bedroom. Mm-hmm. So it is tough to even do that, but you have to do what you have to do. But anyway, I agree with you in terms of buyers. I have another couple who are looking to buy an investment property, and like 2 weeks ago, nothing had an offer date, and now 2 weeks later, everything has an offer date.
Yeah.
And they were smart. They knew this was happening, but they just couldn't get things
organized. Yeah. And then I would tell people who have been sitting on the fence, debating whether to sell or not. I mean,
oh my gosh, yeah, sell anytime now.
Yeah,
you're good. You're good to go. Mm-hmm. Don't wait till June.
Yeah,
do it before then. Do it anytime now up until May, or wait until after September.
Yeah,
that would be my advice.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
And get it ready now. Now's the time. Get it painted. Get it ready. Get it going.
Yeah, I agree.
And go for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess that's all we got for today. So thanks, everyone. Hopefully you're in the market, or thinking about getting in the market, or thinking about getting out of the market, but whichever way, hopefully it works in your favor. Make sure you're following us on all of our social channels, please. We really appreciate it. It's at the Jenelle Cameron Team. And we have, obviously, you're listening to this podcast, but we appreciate it if you're subscribed, because we have episodes every week and we wouldn't want you to miss any. Mm-hmm. And of course, you can share this with others that you think might be interested. And I hope you have a great day and happy real estate.
Happy real estate, everyone. So how did it go with